Hello again, welcome back to another monthly vlog. We're in March now and you join me in my garage on a glorious sunny day. Look at it. It is just seasonal affective disorder sad is a real thing because I feel miserable all the time, but maybe that's just life in general. Anyway, today I've been down to Isleworth in southwesty London, doing an Eicr for a customer, lovely couple. Just got to finish that off. I got I do all the quotes for the remedials there, so it needs a few bits doing there, and they want a few other bits doing, so that's good. Got 3 days subbing this week, 3-4 days subbing this week, and then got some other bits going on next week, just like EICRs and stuff like that. So work is starting to pick up a little bit. Like I'm not like rushed off my feet, don't get me wrong, but it's a bit better than it has been, so I can't complain there. Yeah, what else is going on really? Oh yeah, the end of last month, we were, you had some crummy footage off of my phone because I forgot my camera and I thought I need to film a clip. But I got, I'm in contact with the guy for my van sign writing, so hopefully I'm going to get some designs and bits and bobs. As I do, I'll probably put it on here and show you guys what's going on there. I was hoping to get it done before the financial year, or at least get invoiced before the financial year, just to see the benefits this side. As I said before, obviously if I buy it now, then I can knock it off my tax bill. But yeah, other than that, there ain't that much exciting going on. I'm just clearing the van, and as you can see, the garage is forever a tip. It does look to actually, you know what? No, it's tidy. If you look at this side, it's like, oh yeah, no, it's proper tidy. But in reality, it's not. Yeah, I'll start another clip. So I'm planning to do a bit of a purge here. Like, I mean, I've got this van vault I'm keeping. I need to get rid of it. I mean, it's a bit of security, I suppose. I could maybe find a home for it and put some more valuable things in here, but there is nothing of value in here, in all honesty. It's all rubbish. And just get rid of some crap. Like, I need to break this down. I need to do an inventory. I don't know if anyone knows of any good apps, really, because I want an app so I can list everything that's in here and then list what's on the van. And then, so then I know what as I use it, knock it off, and then I know what to replace from here to put on the van. Idea is to have a basic stock on the shelves and then restock to here, but pull off the main stock to put on the van. It's got some dry chat here, but I do look like a first-person shooter. I need to reload. Yeah, and I just have to have a general tidy up. As you can see, there's just so much detritus here. I need to get rid of some of these tool bags as well because just don't use them. I know I ranted the other month about not spending too much money on things and bits and bobs, but I do actually have a few bags. I've got this Velocity one, which Velocity can, bunch of dicks, after what they did to Mikey. That's another Velocity bag as well, but that is actually a really good bag. That is a rubbish bag, but that's actually a good bag. But I suppose I could just tear all the tags off of them. I actually did buy this from Mikey as well, from Residual Current. We don't know what's gone on there. I'm not going to go into details on it. It's all long gone, but yeah, they were dicks. Yeah, and this bag is a testing bag. Can you believe this bag's like $250 or something like that? It is ridiculously priced. I got that just before I left Artisan. I got that bag, so that came with me. They didn't ask for it back. But I recommend this CK stuff for anyone that's starting in the trade. Anyway, oh my God, look at the crap. Yeah, so before the month's end, I'm hoping to have a massive declutter, a massive sort out of everything. I can't turn this camera around. Massive declutter, sort out of everything, sort out the van. I'd love to have it logoed up, and I'd like to have everything sorted and in place for my going limited at the start of the financial year. That is the hope. But I'm going to go through all of those bits. Well, I'm going to go through them and then explain to you guys that are potentially going through it, the steps I needed to take and why I've done it, and if there is, as I go along, if there's any benefits. Because I've been advised to do it. Apparently it's the best decision for me at the minute, but only time will tell, I suppose. I'm not planning on going anywhere, so anyway, that is a Monday rant, I reckon, just about done. So I'll join you later on in the week at some point. Okay, it's Tuesday the 11th. I'm down in sunny South London for an Eicr. I seem to be getting a lot of inquiries down south, which is
Obviously, it's not the greatest area travel-wise for me, but another thing that's coming into place is from the 7th of April, they're bringing in a toll on the Blackwall Tunnel and whatever the other one is that comes north. Is it Silver something? I'm not sure what it is each way, but I think it's at least a tenner. And I think you have to pay both ways as well. I might be wrong about that, but it's another thing that I'm going to have to pass on to customers. So I don't know if it's going to disperse the traffic so that people are going to go to, because you can cross at the Queen Elizabeth Bridge or whatever it is, at the Dartford Bridge, which would be £2 or £3 for a van. Or the next, you can go to Woolwich Ferry or the Rotherhithe. This, even though this is a tiny van, I can't go through the Rotherhithe Tunnel, which is absolute BS. Because when I was working in London before it came in, I used to go through with a transit and it was no issue at all. But sat navs always want to take you through it. It's unreal. It's just you just be plodding. It's always when I'm down south. I don't know South London very well, but if I'm coming back north, the sat nav will reroute me, and all of a sudden you get to it, and you're like, oh, and I have to go back to Tower Bridge and cross there, and that's the other crossing. You can cross at Tower Bridge, but then that's really crap to cross anyway. So I don't know how it's going to do for traffic dissipation. Whether it's going to make things better, worse. Is the tunnel going to be clearer now and just pay the toll? Because in theory, it doesn't particularly matter to me because I'm just going to pass on the cost to my customer. But it just means that anyone that lives in the area is going to have to pay more. So because any charges, like for today, I'm going to be going through it twice. But this is before the cost is coming in. But my customer would just have to pay for it, which is a bit rubbish. But anyway, enough about rubbish South London. What's been going on? Not much has been going on, to be honest. It's been grafting away, and then I went to something called Airsoft. If anyone's been to Airsoft, right, I don't know. I'm not trying to poo-poo the thing. People that go Airsoft, don't shoot me down in the comments, right? But it is some keen beans there. Some proper keen beans there. Like, it was full-on military get-up. Some Navy SEALs there. People in ghillie suits and stuff. I'm like, ghillie suits? My goodness. Anyway, I was getting peppered and dying constantly. And if anyone don't know what it is, it's basically playing make-up army in, like, think of like skirmishes in Halo, like if you play video games, and then but with BB guns, and then you've got to call your shots and say you died or whatever. Anyway, I've twisted my knee so badly, like I've sort of uneven ground, and I've hurt my knee. It was bad anyway. It was sore. All part of the shedding the timber. You know what I mean? Which is still coming off, by the way. It doesn't look like it, right? But it is. I want to get rid of this bloody beard. But yeah, my knee, it was sore anyway, which I'm hoping getting better. I'm going to start having to wear a knee support, I think, and trying to do bits. Because I don't know if the knees got bad because I had plantar fasciitis, which is like there's a muscle that's under the heel of the foot. And that started hurting me. That was way back when I worked at Artisan, and it was so chronically bad. It was crippling. And it just went, and I don't know what, I tried all these different things and it just went. But I'm wondering if, because I walked funny because of the plantar, it's now hurt the knee. It's always a knock-on effect. I'm just old, basically. That's just what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Just old. Anyway, let me start another clip. So yeah, just been double busy and doing a lot of subbing and doing a few jobs of my own and stuff. But I spoke to another accountant. I went to another firm. Because I wasn't sure about the one I was chatting to. They just seemed to be keen to get my money, basically. And I was speaking to them, and they just said, look, no, it's not worth you going limited. They're like, you'll probably end up at about the same, if not saving a little bit. It's like, but if your work then goes down, you're going to be like out of pocket and stuff like that. They just advised to give it like 6 months, and then because they said it can happen at any time because the company is a separate entity to you, so I will still have to do a tax return regardless. She said, people rush to try and get it done so it lines up and stuff, which is like fair enough. She said, but it really doesn't matter. It just doesn't. You'll have to do a tax return anyway, and then the company would just do its own thing, and they take care of everything, like she said. But yeah, she said wait until I'm a bit more. Doing more turnover, and she said it'll be more worth it then. So yeah, I'm staying as a sole trader. And my thing was that I was on the fence about it anyway. It was more to kind of have a little bit more credibility and stuff like that. Was more the reason I was leaning toward it. But I've just got to take the professional's advice, and I trusted her a lot more than I did the other fella. So yeah, that is on hold. I'm still waiting for the designs back from the company that I'm going to do the van. I'm hoping they're going to sort that out this week. So I can't even show you any designs. Although, technically, if I've got them, I could probably... Because this video ain't going to come out. Do you know what? Let me move this sideways. This is the design. I bet you there's nothing there. Oh, God. That's going to be embarrassing, editing that later when I still ain't got it. But yeah, I'm going to trying to get that sorted, but there's no updates there. But get a tube for the van, because I've not stuck a tube on the van because I'm trying to keep it a little bit more incognito, because it's just a black van and it's never washed either. I really need to wash it. But the idea behind it is so it just looks like just a nothing van or someone's like hobby van rather than an electrician's van or something. But now it's going to get something on it saying Faultless Electrical Services. It's going to be pretty damn obvious. So I'm going to get a Rhino tube or one of those Van Volt ones or whatever on it. And then because I think the telephone number looks quite clear on that. That's my reasoning and thoughts behind it. But yeah, anyway, I've got a little EICR to do here. I just had a quote accepted down in Isleworth, southwest London. Again, south, which is a pain in the bum to get to. But it's a lovely couple who've just bought a home and just doing a load of remedials there and works there. Which is, yeah, it's nice to have. It's a good chunk of work for a couple of days. This is my little office setup. I can't remember if I showed you this before. So I'm just going to prep the cert now. And yeah, I'm going to be going back to the garage and sort bits out, so I might update you a bit more then. If not, I'll see you at some point in the month. It's Friday the 14th. Today was supposed to be a day off for me. I was supposed to be doing a load of paperwork, general catching up, sorting out the garage, all sorts of usual stuff that I put off forever. But I've now had 2 calls about 2 faults on 2 different kitchens. It'd be weird if it was the same kitchen, but yeah, so I'm heading over to, well, first I've got to go to the garage and get rid of some of this crap. So I was supposed to be taking my car out and now it ain't going to fucking start, damn thing. Hang on. I'm supposed to be taking that beast. Instead, I mean, this beast. So, yeah, I'm going to head over to the garage, get rid of this stuff. My back is killing me. My knee is killing me. I was supposed to be having 3 days clear off my feet because my knee is really bloody hurting. So old. So fat. Anyway, so... And then I'm heading over to Billericay to have a look at this. I don't know if I'll be able to get footage, but hopefully I will be able to get some footage. Then I'm heading down to Tottenham, down to the ends. Then I'm supposed to be going to see my boy Winston. Then we're going to pick up my little uns. And then the day should be over. It's a bit anticlimactic, that ending to that clip. Anyway, let's carry on with the day. Just sorting out some materials for Monday's job. I've got a ton of downlights to install and a little fuse box to change out. Loft light to put in, extra sockets and bits, but I've actually just purchased my first drum of cable. Can you believe this is the first drum of cable that I have purchased since starting up on my own? Over the years I've just acquired cable as I went and always had stores of it, so I had like a few 100 meters of each sort of size as I've gone along over the years. So when I started, this is literally the first drum and it was painful to buy. Anyway, I thought I'd share that tidbit with you. Oh yeah, I got some of these things, heel, they're like, you know, pot noodle sort of things. I thought I'd try out all the flavours. It's really weird stuff. It's supposed to be nutritionally complete meal. I don't know, guys. It's a lot of powder and a lot of chemicals in it. Anyway, let me get this sorted. Right, first fault find done. I can't remember if I got any clips beforehand, but basically there's a fault on the ring final circuit. I've narrowed it down by splitting the ring in half randomly, and then the fault will only be on one half. And then from there, you've got half of the sockets on, so at least you know you've got some power. Then we go again and we split in half and we try and narrow it down until we get down to 2 sockets. So there was a socket in the kitchen, socket in the bedroom, phone's beeping, socket in the kitchen and a socket in the bedroom, but it's a flat roof extension. Oh no. What on earth? Now an audiobook is playing. Oh. Anyway, I've isolated the circuit, isolated the fault. It's in the flat roof, I believe. So the power's on, got every socket on bar one between the 2 points I could actually access.
And yeah, and then there was a spare 16 inside the fuse box, so I've dropped it down to a 16, and we have 2 radials running that socket circuit. Bosh. I say bosh, I'm knackered. Now I've got to go to Tottenham. Ugh. Ugh. If anyone knows Tottenham, it is just the pits. Right, that's fault number 2 done as well. I know you're thinking, was there any point you even recording or documenting this, considering we didn't get to see any of it? I hear you, I feel you, but I couldn't get any footage there. But basically, they'd taken out a load of the kitchen accessories and just twisted them together and like taped them in the back of boxes while stuff's going on, and come apart, which lost part of the ring. So it's just a matter of putting some connector blocks on and all done. So I'm now outside, ready to pick my kiddie winkles up. I see loads of other school kids around, and they're not here, but I'm too late to pick them up from school, so it's just hanging around. But my day off, or easy day, turned into a bit of a mare, to be fair, because I didn't get to go and see my boy Winston, and I ain't seen him in ages. I feel so bloody bad for not seeing him. He just has no one that goes and visits him, and I'm one of the few people that do. So yeah, sad times. Anyway, I think child number 2 is coming along, so I'm going to end this now. I'll catch you later in the month.
Right, Sunday evening you join me in my dark, dank garage. I've not got my proper camera either, so the sound's probably going to be crap on this. However, I was just loading up the van for tomorrow, and just started reflecting how much has changed over the last year. Because this time last year I was panicking. I had no work, I was really struggling and wondering whether this was the right decision. And you know, it's a lot of a burden on my family for me trying to do this, because you know, a big pay cut and risk and debt and whatever else. And yeah, just reflecting when I was loading up here, because I remember coming here in the middle of the night around this sort of time last year, and like going off to do some rubbish subbing work over in Aylesbury, and it was just rough, and I was like, is this the right thing to do? And yeah, it was some bleak times and dark thoughts, and like just like, oh, is it all worth it? And yeah, it's a bit dark, and don't help that the mood lighting is making this look so much worse. But yeah, it's just mad how much can change in a year, and like how much better, like I'm such in a better place and a better headspace, and feeling so much more confident about things, and not letting the little things drag me down. And I don't know, it was just I was having a moment of contemplation in the dark with my massive head reflected up there. Anyway, yeah, I got a big job on tomorrow, and it's annoying. I'm there tomorrow and then Wednesday, so I'm gonna hope to get a little bit of footage there. I'm going to speak to the client, and if they're happy to, I'll sort of go through some bits what I'm doing there, and or at least show you the before and after or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, it's just try and keep your chin up, and you know, life's going to throw you loads of knocks, but it's just trying to take them on the chin and keep going. I don't want to try and be all philosophical on you, but it's hair on me. Yeah, you just never know what's around the corner if you carry on and plough on. So I'm going to carry on ploughing on, and God knows what I'll be saying this time next year, and I'm hoping it's going to be really positive. Anyway, catch you in the morning. Right, it's Monday the... Wait, what date is it? Okay, it's Monday the 17th. You join me in the van in the middle of a job. So today and on Wednesday, I've got remedials following in the Eicr. So I've got DB change, 14 downlights, gas bonding, sorting out a dodgy socket, loft light, extra socket, all to do in a couple of days. It's going well, everything's fine. I'll take you around it probably tomorrow, when I'm wrapping up, and show off some of my work. So what I've realised is that I don't actually show off any work on this channel. I try to put out in educational content and kind of vlogging what I'm doing, but I'm not showing the good people out there what I can actually do. Showing my techers as an electrician, because I can do quite a bit, and I do it to a decent standard, I would say. Anyway, I'm here in the van. Look at the road munch is coming in clutch right now.
got my, what flavour is this one? Hosin duck, and the duck is in air quotes, so I can only assume that there is no duck in it. But Hosin duck noodles from Huel. You think I'd sponsored or something? I ain't getting no money for this. I just thought I'd try out some of the flavours for the health kick. Yeah, anyway, I don't even know why I started this clip. Let me take you inside. Right, I thought I'd take you inside, but I've actually got to show you this absolute monstrosity that's in front of me. Hang on, let me flip you around. Oh, what's happened here? Oh, hang on. Getting out. What on earth is that? Why has it got like little pillows in it? It's like, do you know what? This is just sad. This is the life that vegans have to live with artificial food. I'm pretty sure this is vegan stuff. Like, why couldn't there be something that looked like food? Like, what even is it? Looks like someone put crave in my flipping food. Oh, it's so grim. Don't know. So far, I've had a terrible experience with trying to eat healthy, with like meal replacement and crap like that. I think the best thing is just to actually start going full Eddie Abu. Don't know if you guys know him. You must do. He's everywhere, and just go full meat and eggs, and just go down that route, and hopefully feel better and eat less. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, let me walk down this crap.
Okay, it's a couple of days later and we're inside the flat. Goddamn colds will show up. Bit of herpes by burpees on my face. If you guys know Simpsons references, we can definitely be friends. So in here, I had an EICR to do, and I've had a few issues following the EICR. So if I flip you around, what I've got to do today is replace this consumer unit. There was a few other little niggling issues, namely the downlights are in a sorry state, so they've all been changed out and looking bougie as. And there's a few other bits. Added an extra socket down there. Nothing going on in this room except my neat pile of stuff going on there. And then it's the same in the bathroom with the downlights. But in here, these two downlights are out of alignment. So you can see I've moved them over slightly and overfilled them. I want to rub them down a bit today, try and make it look a little bit better. But it's really weird. If I try and show you on camera, if I get the alignment right. So look, you can see I'm coming down here and it's in line. My ones are, but you see that one was just off. There's no bit of wood up there or anything. It just doesn't make any sense why they have done it like that. Also, they have these smart sockets in here that they only turn on with the power, so they're always off. So when you come to do a ring final test, you can't get a reading off of them. Brilliant design, absolutely brilliant. Bonding was disconnected and done all that. Anyway, just run-of-the-mill stuff. So I'm gonna get that changed out today. And then I've got a light to put in the loft. So it shouldn't be too bad a day, I hope. Yeah. Let me show you this socket up close. So I think you can connect to these so you can have it to your smart device to say, Alexa, turn the kettle on. Sorry if that's turning your kettle on, guys. But yeah, see, it's like a little clickety click, but they switch in the off position. And then this one is just doing its own thing and jamming. And apparently it's been making a bit of a racket. So I'm gonna get rid of it today anyway. But it's such a stupid design. It's just, I swear they never consult Sparks when any of these things are designed or made, especially lights. Like you get fancy lights like this where you've got to try and fit free plate into it and it just does not happen. Anyway, I've had a design sent through from the company and I'm on the fence about it. I might stick it up here. And they said they're gonna do another one. I've said, look, can you kind of change it up a bit? I feel bad though, like, because obviously, I don't know how much effort people are putting into it. Maybe they're putting loads of effort into it. Maybe they're spending hours on it, or maybe it's just an AI that generates it. I don't know. Maybe they're really proficient at their job. They can just knock things up really quick. But I thought I'd look at. I do really like it, but it's just someone pointed out something about it, and it just stuck. And it's just, I'm like, now I can't unsee it, and it's just, yeah. yeah. Anyway, but hopefully that's going to get sorted out, and then I can start getting some logos on the van, and it's going to look all professional rather than just my black dirty van outside. Also, it inspired me to clean it because I still haven't cleaned it. Anyway, I'm going to start doing this, and yeah, I'll show you the finished product. Oh wait, I should do the obligatory zoom in on the fuse board and then the zoom out, shouldn't I? So, ready? And we are done. So this fuse box is actually, I think this is the straw that broke the camel's back with them. I don't think I'm going to be using them anymore. I don't know how well it's showing on here, but can you see the DIN rails just not sitting right? Now this is a perfectly flat wall. No issues there. There's no pressure on the terminals or anything like that. Like sometimes when the tails are pushing down too much, it can cause it to go skew-if, or the cables are putting pressure on it. There's nothing like that going on here, and yet they are all slightly skew-if. You can see it's perfectly plumb. See that bit's a bit bent, and I don't know, like if you look at the bottom, see that curve there? I know it doesn't sound like much, but like if I put this on the bottom, you can see it's not quite there. I mean, could have took a knock in transit, but it doesn't look like it's got a bang mark on it or anything like that. It just seems to be flimsier and flimsier, and it's like most things, they sort of flood the market and sort of, it's like Uber, for example. They like put all the cheap fares and whatever else for years and years, so everyone started using it, then they just jacked it up, so it's not even that cheap. Waygos, their quality seems to have gone down. Fusebox flooded the market, done this whole influencer thing, done all of these different bits and bobs, so loads of people started using them. They're very affordable. However, now the quality just seems to have gone through the floor. The products test out okay, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with this board safety-wise or anything like that, otherwise I wouldn't be leaving it in for my customer. It's more the fact that I just think the quality has just gone more and more. The size of that bee, like a Zeppelin. The quality's just gone down and down and down. So for me, I'm just gonna have to start shopping around and having a look at different brands. I've installed a Luden, which was rubbish, and a Proteus, which I thought was rubbish too, recently. I had a Crabtree, which was pretty decent, but it's that way up between sort of quality and affordability, because obviously customers got to pay for things in the end. But I think Proteus have changed their design now, so it's actually a bit better. Wilex is an old staple, and it's in every house in the UK. If you've got old electrics, you've probably got a Wilex in there. So maybe I'll start giving them a go with some of their kit, because Hager's pretty good, but I mean there's all that controversy around their AFDDs, which if you ain't seen it, go and check out Dave Savory's video on it. It's pretty good. But yeah, that's my rant about Fusebox and just things getting worse and worse. But everything's on. I'm going to get everything tested in here and then do the other bits and bobs. And I might catch up with you later, or I'll see you another day. That's me just finishing up. Just gave that a little rub down up there just to make it look a bit better. It still needs a final coat of paint and stuff like that. I'll take you upstairs. These are these loft ladders. They're ones that I had when I was younger, and they sort of collapse when these go down. But I actually had this as a normal ladder, so if one collapsed, it caused a cascade and they all fell down. Bit dangerous, double dangerous. Oh, you don't need this close up on my face, but I'm having to climb the ladder one step at a time, really, really slowly, because my poxy knee. But there's a nice bright light up here now with a little switch. Just, do you know what? This camera work is terrible. There's a light switch just here. There's actually nowhere real close to put it, because you've got the same sort of arrangement on this side with the sort of high A-frame of the loft. It's quite a big loft and it lights it up well enough, and it lights up this space. So just got a little bit of finishing up, labelling and bits to do, and then I will be on my way. So it's not been a bad little job. So if you want Faultless electrical services, you know what to do. Drop me a line. I'll catch up with you guys later in the month.
Right, it's Friday the 21st, and you join me on a really bougie estate in Woodford. I just had a really cool chat with a fella. I just went there. It was a trip in RCD. In fact, I'll insert clips now of me on the job. And now I'm back. Do you know what? If I haven't actually done that, it's going to be really awkward. But yeah, just chatting away to him, and it's just one of those people. He's such a positive person, and yeah, I don't know. He was a really encouraging guy, and he's taking my details because he's one of his son's friends is getting into electrics, and I was explaining about what I do with YouTube and Instagram and trying to teach and make things better and whatever else, and yeah, just a good vibe and whatever else. So I don't know. He's going to add me to a list of approved people for his like his mosque and stuff like that. And you just think it's those random chance encounters and just being kind to people and just generally, you know what I mean? You get back what you sort of put out, didn't you? And trying to be positive and whatever else. Maybe it's going to pay off. Maybe it's not. Maybe he was absolutely full of it. But I'd like to think that he was a genuinely nice guy, and yeah, maybe it'll lead on to work. I don't know. Anyway, it's been a good couple of days subbing. It was, God, the place was a bit of a dive, but I had it was a HMO, but it was kind of a sneaky HMO where the tenants kind of converted it without the landlord knowing. But that's the vibe I got anyway. And yeah, so changed out the board, AFDD's in. There was ring fault. It was really awkward. I wish I could have filmed there, but I'm subbing. I couldn't really do it. But it would have been really good to show what was going on there because it was some shonky work. I might put some pictures up here of it. But yeah, another successful week of my own work and some subbing. So I'm navigating the junction. I probably shouldn't be doing this while driving. I'm going to get hate in the comments, but haters are going to hate and potatoes are going to potate. Next week, I've got a little bit of my own work and a little bit of subbing, but on Friday, I'm going over to Electrician at Alexandra Palace. Now, this will be out after I've been there, but if I've seen any of you there, I'm sure it was a pleasure meeting you. But yeah, I'm not going to be going there to buy anything. It's just to liaise with people and sort of, you know, say hello and whatever else. Anyway, I'm going to stop this because I shouldn't really be doing this while driving. But I'll catch up with you guys next week. Tuesday the 25th, you join me in a van. Now, I thought I'd take you through some of the things that I do to speed up my Eicr process. This is something I want to do in a larger video. I want to go through some of the tips and tricks that kind of speed up the process a little bit, sort of make sure you're not going back on yourself, sort of being more economical with your movements and that kind of thing. So if I flip you around, with my dodgy camera work. So this is a test form that I made. So this is basically a data capture sheet that I use on all Eicrs. So you can see I've got my circuits here, and then I've got all of the basic bits that you'll find on any form. But there's some that are omitted because it's just the same old data, just repeated over and over again. I mean, I can probably make this available to people if I can figure out how to do a Google, what's its name. But anyway, got bits over here as well that speed stuff up. Trying to cover that address up. So it's our mains, couldn't get to the fuse there, tails, water, gas, ZE, PFC, earth leakage, diverted neutral current. These bits haven't been filled out on this job because I couldn't actually get my clamp meter around the tails. Also, this is something more for my own Eicrs. I was actually subbing today. It's not something that most people do on an Eicr, but it's something that I do include in part of my checks on my Eicrs. Anyway, make of the fuse board, location, and then some bits to prompt me. So has it got a shaver, downlight, supplementary bonding? Has it got an isolator, loft access? And then I've got stuff about the smoke alarms, and then I've got a checklist for the end. So it's checking the boiler, the fridge, freezer, and Wi-Fi are all back on. These are just things that I have come a cropper in the past where you haven't checked it and then you've got called back to something. So what you do is do that sheet there, and it is a data capture sheet, and on the back I write down all of the issues that I find. I take a picture of every single one as well. So, and I do them in order so that anything that's written down on there's a picture. So the pictures go in order throughout my test. And because I do things in a certain sequence, it jogs my memory. Now, I do have a really good memory when it comes to stuff like this. It's really weird. If you said to me, like, John, there's a job at, I don't know, 94 the High Street, and I'll say, oh, I don't know, no. And then if you say one thing about it, I remember it, and I remember the whole EICR. I've had these sheets disappear, and I can remember the exact readings of all of the ring final circuits. Like when, basically, if you do it straight on the certificate on the NIC, because it's absolute gash, if you do it straight on here, if it doesn't load or save properly, you lose all of the data. But I can remember them in my head. I don't know what it is. And it's not me making them up before people say that in the comments. It's just something that sticks with me. And I have like memory techniques to use, like holding certain fingers down, which makes me remember certain numbers. So if I was doing a ring final circuit, I can remember 3 or 4 numbers when going around. Anyway, that's just boring memory stuff. But this data capture sheet, I think it just speeds up my whole process, and yeah, it just means that I can sit at home after the fact, got all my pictures, got the observations, got everything I need, and then I can go through and do a thorough report. Now, I find that this check sheet as well, without having the form directly in front of you, it kind of jogs your memory and prompts you as well. So there's everything on here. I find it prompts me to do certain things. So I have a certain sequence of tests that I do, and this helps me like with the prompts to do the certain things. Say if I'm having a bit of a rough day, my head's not in the game, I'm distracted, whatever else, that will help me massively. So what I'll do is I'll go through these in a video at some point, and let us know if you want more information on test sheets and how I do bits on there, maybe like form filling. So I was thinking about showing you how rubbish the NIC software is, and that's not me trying to get cancelled by the NIC. It's just rubbish, and people are paying a lot of money for it. If I showed you me filling in this cert, for example, on the NIC software, and then my own software that I use, which is Mega Cert Suite, and again, not sponsored or anything, you'd see how quick it is and how much, it's just, the amount of time you're spending and duplicating stuff, it's just absolute rubbish. I'll show you a little, oh my God, there's a 1, 2, 3. There's a dog on the back of that bike. I bet you couldn't see it. Sorry, I had to say 1, 2, 3. You have to click this little button on here to turn it, to make it turn around 3 times. I'm not weird, I promise. Let me show you some of this form. So on this software, I've got a load of different templates. So this is like a split load template, and it's just got random circuits that are normally sort of found. Sorry about the flicker on the screen, I can't get rid of that. And it kind of, you can reshuffle them. So you imagine this cert, I can now shuffle it so that they're in the same order and most of the circuits will line up. But it's really, I mean, it doesn't help that I'm on a touchscreen like laptop because I haven't got a mouse. But like when you need to change stuff on here, if you put that this is so there's a smoke alarm circuit on here, or that's on a RCBO. If I put an RCBO here, you'd think it'd populate this whole RCD section as well, but it doesn't. You've got to laboriously go through everything multiple times. Even if you go on here, say for example, and click on a 61009 type AC RCD, you'd think that that would populate this bit that says AC, wouldn't you? And you'd think that this rating would take the number from this box here because that's the rating of it. But it makes you put it in over and over again, and it's so rubbish, honestly. It's such a bad software. But yeah, that's my rant on that software. But I'm going to go through it on a separate video. I mean, it's going to be a bit boring, I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard to make this sort of stuff exciting. But I think it's important because there's so much stuff that I can do to help people be more economical with their testing and more economical with their movements and form filling and everything else. Because you're talking to someone that had to do a lot of EICRs in a day. Like I was doing sort of free EICRs. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. 3 EICRs a day, and that was just doing all of this data capture and then going home. I mean, they were long days, don't get me wrong, but I was doing the data capture on site and not doing the form filling until I got home. Anyway, I'll catch you later in the week.
Right, it's Thursday the 27th, and you join me on a day of subbing in some bougie flat in London. I'm just here to replace the stat on the towel rail, so I'm just giving up the ghost and waiting for that to warm up. It sounds like
Super Mario a little bit, which was very amusing for me because I'm a child. But yeah, nearly end of the week, last day, just doing a bit of jobbing today, and then I'm off to Alex tomorrow. Check out this view. Right, I drive past on the A12, no, A13 all the time, out of London, and I see these like multicoloured blocks. I didn't even realise I was on the island with all the blocks. Anyway, we've got the Millennium Dome over there, the Thames, and yeah, there's all these different coloured blocks that you usually see from the side of the road, and I didn't even realise I was in them. I know, what a riveting anecdote. Oh dear. But I'm just waiting for this to warm up. Oh yeah, I did not know that these can be quite pressurised. When I undone that, woo, did I get covered in crap? I wish I was filming it. But as you can tell, I'm on my phone because my camera is miles away. I mean miles away. So you have to go through such hell to get keys here. So I had to get keys from concierge, but then they just a whole faff about, because I'm a subby to a subby to a subby to a subby, right? So obviously it's not my name on the list. You're not getting in. So it's all this rigmarole. Then I have to park in a multi-story car park, fucking miles away, walk all the way over here. Then I had that explosion happen. So we have to go. Oh, it's such a ball ache working in London. You've got to charge a premium to work in this area because it's just all this faff you've got to do. Parking fines, parking, blah. Anyway, I'm going to try and get some footage tomorrow, but I will be drinking, so I get more and more inebriated as the night goes on. So probably ain't going to be usable footage. I don't want to be doing a hashtag getting blackout drunk at LX video, to be fair. But anyway, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. It's still Thursday. I was going to show you a fault find here, but turns out I cleared the fault when I was I tested at the socket, and there was a high reading on a neutral. And when I tested it at the board, it's gone away. So the loose connection must have been at the board, which means I fixed it when I was last here. So when I finish, I go around and tighten everything up on an Eicr, because there's a tick box on there that says confirmation that all of the terminals are tight. If you're ticking that, you need to confirm them. And then I have a crib sheet which has every manufacturer, like old ones, of all of the torque ratings as well. So yeah, I do actually adhere to what they say, what the manufacturers say, within reason, you know what I mean? Some of them are too old and I don't know what they are. Anyway, I'm rambling now, but I'm in a pimp flat. I mean, definitely looks like a porn set, doesn't it? But let me turn this around. I've got one of these bad boys. I have had T-Stack for a while, but I've decided to get the big base just because I have so much walking to do around London, and carrying shit from the van, can never park close. So I've got one of these. All it is just a big empty box. But it is significantly cheaper than one of your Milwaukee pack out crap. So I thought I'd go for that. That's what I use anyway. And yeah, it's just, I've used some of the pack out stuff, and the clips are unrivaled. Like the way it goes together is really good. The clips on that are not very good. It just depends on how much of a roughy tufty ride you're going to be doing. You know, it's handy if you're clicking stuff on the wall and in and out on the pack out. It's really, really good. But it's just me bimbling around to different sites and stuff. So it's a great what it does. I just chuck all of my crap in the bottom and away I go. Tool bag on the top. I've got another box that clicks on with all my screws and whatever else. And I just find it's a good little system. So yeah, obviously, as you know, I ain't sponsored. I'm not trying to influence anyone, but I do like people having a bargain, and that was hella cheap compared to the 200 odd pound Milwaukee one. So do with that information what you will. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Right, it's Friday the 28th. You join me on a job. Well, I'm just finishing a job because I'm an absolute twat. I completely forgot to go to a job last night, and I'm an irresponsible tradesman. I'll explain more in a minute. So you join me in the passion wagon. So yeah, basically last night I had an appointment. I was supposed to call a customer of mine when I was on my way back into Harlow and pop around there and check a shower out, because she was worried a plumber had done some work in there and moved the shower. And it was just to check the connections, do an earth loop, make sure it's safe, that kind of thing. I completely spaced on it. I went and met my friends. Do you meet a baby? I went and saw my friends. He's had a baby, and left my work phone at home. Come back, missed calls. I was just like, just absolute scatterbrain. Can't let it happen again. So yeah, I mean, this could lead on to neatly to some kind of scheduling app or some other crap, but it's not like it's not like that. So yeah, I said, look, I'm coming first thing. So I've come here before going down to Alex, and I'm in the Passion Wagon, which actually started, right? I ain't used it for about 3-4 weeks. Really need to sell it. But yeah, I thought I'd come here. I need to get all my gear together because I'm giving back. I've got a Sharvin Arnu tester on loan. So I'm giving that back today, and so I'm loading that up in the trunk, and I need to get fuel. Basically, I was supposed to just go down there at my own pace, and my mate Jay, who you might see, I don't know, he's like rushing me, and yeah, it's just the whole thing. Anyway, it's done now. I've done that completely free of charge, and I said, look, my reputation means more to me than anything else. I won't, if there's no charge at all here today, I'd rather keep a good client and keep them happy, and then recommend me. You know what I mean? I've made an error, but I've more than made up for it. Right, let's see if this old girl starts, and let's check out the range on it. Oh, reserve fuel, for Christ's sake. Right, hang on. 13.6 miles to the gallon. Oh, absolute killer. 30 miles. Yeah, I don't know if that's enough to get down to Alex. Oh, thank you, Jeeves. That is the best thing about this car. It gives you the seatbelt. I'm gonna go get some fuel. I'm gonna go and sort myself out, and then I might show you some stuff at Alex. I don't know how this is gonna go. Catch you in a bit. Right, I'm just in the mossy well, and I want to put quash to the rumours that Jamie's been putting about. Now, Ledge,
I can confirm.
that there's been no touching going on.
No.
Wait. Right, I'm just in the mossy well, right, at table number 63. With much more. Anyway, someone sent over some Stellas. Someone wants to send over some more stuff. We're in North London, table number 60. Don't send mushy peas. I don't want mushy peas. Alcohol, not mushy peas. Thank you. Okay, someone sent over Zambuca. No more Zambuca. I like Guinness. Right, someone sent over a Zambuca. That wasn't the vibe I was going for. I've done it, but it's going to be an early grave if I carry on like that. Oh, Christ alive. Pineapple tequila. I mean, the wings are good, but pineapple tequila. Fuck. I don't know if I can handle it. Kim.
Someone got him a fruit bag.
What are you trying to say, yeah? What are you trying to say man needs to go on a diet? Oh, fuck. Okay, it's the day after Alex. I didn't get any footage yesterday. I don't know, I feel a bit awkward doing filming around people, and I don't want to force people to be on my channel and stuff like that. So I just enjoyed it. It was a vibe. It was nice. It was a good laugh. I got to meet up with a few friends, and a few people from the ESK showed up. Some old boys. One of them was 80. It's mad. Electrical engineer. Chatting to him and his life experiences and stuff like that. It's mental. It's just like a whole, yeah. It was really good anyway. But I've got like I'm like a bear with a sore head today. Had a few drinks, basically some, you know when you put your table number up on the internet and then people start sending you stuff? That happens. So people sent us some drinks and it was shots. So there might be a clip coming in now of me doing shots. I don't know if we got footage of it. If we did, then it's there. But yeah, it was really good socializing. It's good like chatting to people, and it's because there's other people there like JK Electrical who I chat to, and he's you know, he started up similar time to me, and he's like going on the journey as well, so it's chatting to him.
speaking to like seeing what he's doing and what we're like, you know, bouncing off of each other and see what's working for one, what's not working, you know, that kind of thing. So it's really good to get that sort of feedback. It's just great networking anyway, in general, and getting advice off of people and just having a laugh and letting your hair down. Not that I have any, but just at the football with my son. And it's just going to be dad duties for the rest of the week, and then that's the end of the month. So yeah, next month I've been teasing I say teasing, I've been trying to sort out the logo. I wanted to get it done before the end of the financial year, but yeah, next month's going to be doing all my tax returns, doing all this nonsense, sort of getting the van sorted. I got a new number plate for my car as well, for my van as well. So I'll show all of that next month. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next month. Next month? Yeah, next month.
Oh, one more thing before I sign off for this month. I've set up a buy me a coffee page. So I had a couple of people contact me on Instagram, and they it's really weird. I felt a bit awkward. It's like, oh, have you got like a Patreon or something like that? Because they wanted to send me money as a thank you, like buy me a beer or whatever. It's still a bit weird. I mean, I've always been of the opinion, I was taught for free, so I'd never charge to give away information, and I never will. However, if someone wanted to donate towards the channel to help create more content, you know, and that sort of thing, then who am I to stop you? So yeah, there's a link in the description if you do want to, but I'm not on the beg. This will always be free, and I'll always try and provide decent information and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's down there if you want to, or don't.